So misfit. Even if I die here, I will die fighting, unbroken by the xenos. Misfits, zealous thugs. The Commissar. Renegade medic. God Emperor has shown us leniency in our darkest hour. Praise be he who has arrayed us in armor. The armor of his wrath. Crates filled with makeshift lasgun batteries and crudely made autogun ammos. Yeah, definitely if I have a choice between working with the Commissar versus working with that Xeno, I'm going to side with the Commissar because it seems like he's teaching the people to still focus on the God Emperor. Anything else of interest over here? What if that hunter thing comes? You know, the one that skulks in the shadows. Alright, Commissar. We got lucky with our commander, the Commissar... something. Stately man in a Commissar's coat and a tall service cap greets you with the sign of the Aquila and a solemn announcement. Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to us through these confounded catacombs. Fear not, approach. If you have faith in the Emperor, you will find only allies here. Make the Aquila, the Emperor protects. I have a Xenos with me, but sure. Greetings to you, the Commissar. You may be in Kimura, but I am still a rogue trader, and you will greet me as befit my rank on your knees. Ha ha! A genuine Commissar in the heart of Kimura, and here I thought the surprises were over. I will make the Aquila. The Emperor protects. Indeed, the Emperor protects. The Commissar's imperious, booming voice repeats your call, and the rest follow suit. Let's look at the Commissar. One might think that the archetypical Commissars from the Imperial Guard propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw. His eyes are hard and fearless, and the small scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his features. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap has been polished to a shine. Who are you? The man replies with a clip precision. Commissar Yakos Sotny. But my brothers and sisters in arms prefer to call me simply the Commissar. I was assigned to a regiment of the Vicentian Zovs, and I fought in the battle for the world of Commalt Secundus, where I was wounded and taken prisoner while unconscious. Having recovered from my wounds, I carry on fighting the wicked Xenos as the head of the local resistance cell which I founded. The Commissar's speech is vehement and decisive. My valorous comrades and I sabotage the enemy's activities while we devise our plan of escape. The streets of Kimura are like a maze of spiderwebs into which the Dark Ones lure unfortunate souls. Each thread that leads to freedom turns out to be another cruel deception in the end. Keep up the good work, Commissar Sotny. You must have faced many dangers here. How do I know you are a real Commissar? Care to present some proof? You may start by shooting one of these slobs. No, don't shoot a random person. Found a resistance cell, you say? I wonder why you have not been killed yet. Most suspicious. This is a farce. The Drakari will swat you like flies the moment you cause them the slightest inconvenience. Or I see. I mean, it's possible that it's a farce, and that's why he's still here. Keep up the good work, Commissar Sotny. I'm going to choose to believe him. Will do. We stand for the Imperium. The Commissar turns his burning gaze to his fighters, and they erupt in a roar of battle cries. What does your resistance do? The Commissar observes his humble army and says with enthusiasm, our first ongoing objective is to keep bolstering our ranks by seeking out prisoners who haven't yet lost faith in willingness to oppose our nefarious jailers. Our second priority is to arm ourselves and train. I teach my soldiers the basics of guard tactics in order to mold them into a fully fledged assault unit. Most importantly, we gather information and plot our escape, and the day when we pave the road to freedom with the corpses of detestable Xenos is nigh. The Commissar's rallying shout makes his people square their shoulders proudly straighten their backs, and respond with a fierce war cry. What were the circumstances of your capture? We engaged the enemy on the world of Commalt Secundus in the Marchian marches of the Calixtus sector. The loathsome foes of humanity were known to launch raids in the area, so we received orders to defend the good subjects of the Imperium. When the profaners descended upon us, we gave them no quarter. The enemy was routed, and my unit drove them back to their ships. Our counterattack drove a wedge into their advancing horde and thwarted the invasion, but it also meant that we were cut off on both flanks and surrounded. We fought valiantly for several hours to stop the enemy ranks from reforming for a new onslaught until we depleted our munition reserves. By the time our superior officers had already fallen, so I led my people in a bayonet charge. We taught the xenos a lesson in blood, and then, I have no memory of how the battle ended. I came to consciousness in this foul place, disarmed and on the verge of death. I thought I'd die, but it was not yet time for the Emperor to release me from his service. Well, I require medical assistance. The Commissar examines you critically. You do not look too badly injured, and we are suffering from a severe shortage of medical supplies. Better to save what we have for critical situations. Malice sent me here for your head, however I have no desire to cause you harm. Or we can attack. Malice will help me survive if I bring him your head. No, Malice sent me for your head, however I have no desire to cause you harm. The Commissar lets out a contemptuous laugh and nods approvingly at you. That scaled miscreant has long since wanted me dead. He craves my soldiers. He forced us from our base to this perilous place, but he will pay for his schemes soon. Once my plan is set in motion, it is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together, we will break out of this accursed city. What is your escape plan? The Commissar's speech is brisk and energetic. Some of our own have captured a small xenos ship that was moored for repairs at a remote, unused dock. They eliminated the crew quietly and left the pilot alive to sail the ship back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. The Monkey have managed to capture the vessel. They were permitted to do so. If they were permitted to do so, Elite cast you a meaningful look. Their plan is doomed to fail. Regrettably, Malice and his Shriekers drove us out and took over the base, so the first order of business will be to confront him there. I propose that you take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We will support the attack from the outside. Every step in the Commissar's plan, when taken separately, seems viable enough. When combined together, however, the chance of success becomes so ludicrously slim that only complete madmen would agree to this strategy. Yikes. Who are the people under your command? The core of my unit is composed of prisoners from the various Astra Militarum regiments and a number of planetary guards. They form the assault squad that went on the special operations under Sergeant Bugaste's command. The rest are common people who had the misfortune of being captured by xenos, serfs, nobility, administratum clerks, technomats, void workers, monks, anyone who found the courage to take up arms. The only kinds that you won't find here are heretics, lawbreakers, and cowards. How have you managed to accomplish so much? Every morsel of intelligence we have acquired and every step of progress we have made was paid for in blood and pain. The information about the dying cabal that dreads entering the docks of its enemies and instead moors in an abandoned area was forced out of a captive xenos. The knowledge of the portal was bought in exchange for one half of all the weapons we had stockpiled, and taking the ship cost us several lives, each of which was worth more than this whole blasted city. So we've already been told that his plan is crazy and no sane person would follow it. Wherever that check was. But really, killing a Commissar to aid a xenos does not feel good. So I shall join you. Even if the plan is crazy, we are powerful and we can make it work anyway. The Commissar laughs and exclaims approvingly, "My brothers and sisters in arms, a new fighter has joined our ranks. The Emperor's grace is with us. I have other business to attend to. Farewell and keep the faith. The Emperor protects, brother." The makeshift Aquila looks somewhat pitiful, but the evident diligence and passion that went into its creation speaks of the piety of its makers. Alright, medic, can I talk to you? It won't be long before we escape this place, right? Sure. So then the question is, do I go directly to killing Malice, which we could do, or do we try and go to some of those other locations and see if we can find Pascal and maybe some of the others? Because we don't necessarily know where the streets of Commora are.
A new challenge for me?
I really don't want to use all of my meltas here. But I also don't want to just leave a container of goods behind. Ah, well. Let's go for it.
A trivial task.
Lawbringer. It's a power maul. Grants an additional ability that ends the attacker's turn and deals an additional 30 machine damage with 50% armor penetration. So if you're fighting machines, that could be really good. Defensive boots. If the wearer did not spend movement points during their turn, they double their cover efficiency in half cover until the end of the wearer's next turn. For the defense of Cadia, when the wearer of this badge gains a stack of versatility, they also gain +3 momentum. Okay. Xenospasm Grenade deals piercing damage with 45% armor penetration and an additional 30 mental damage. Well, Abelard, you can take this Power Maul as a backup option. Versatility, I think, is what my archetype gives, so I might as well grab that. Defensive boots could work here. Because you often don't move. You have... Yeah, the fencing boots are good. We want to keep you in those. Sure, something like that. Seems reasonable. So... yeah, the question will be... do we take on Malice? And I think the answer is no. I want to go to the other portal that we haven't tried. And see where it takes us. Hello. Strange winged creature.
I have learned much in my exile.
The victim was killed by a series of precise cuts in vulnerable spots. The throat, the eyes, the tendons. The killer must have been aiming to swing the outcome of the fight with the first few blows. Interesting.
It's about time.
Yeah, anatomical opera takes us to here. We don't have the tech use to use any of these other things. This also takes us to the anatomical opera. We've been to the mangled sector. We don't want to go to the pit or the arena. Yeah, where do you go? Not this way, meat. Okay, so can we not actually go to the anatomical opera? We don't want to go to the arena yet, so I guess we do just go to the pit at this point. Alright. I guess it's time to take on Malice, and we will hopefully find Pascal later. Not thrilled by how injured we are, but it's fine. Like, long injuries on us, fresh injury on Irliet. Abelard is weakened from being drained of his age. Yeah, not good. So we're back here. Oh, you guys... I don't think you guys were here before. It's gonna make this fight a bit tougher if we're dealing with some Cabalites. Not really worried about the beggars and whatnot. So that must be the portal that leads to the ship that they're hoping to use. Hi, can we talk? I have a feeling the next fight will be my last. Pass me that stimulant. Let me in the arena. I will make the Kimura tremble and shout my name. Okay, so you guys are actually just fighters in the arena. Hi, Malice. Humanling, relax with us. Take a stimulant and enjoy yourself. Attack, the Commissar says hello. The two humanlings have plotted against me. How predictable. Shriekers, kill the humanling slowly. I want to enjoy his torment.
Run, fools, or fall!
The torture begins.
So, I don't really want to be up close, but also, when I'm adjacent, there's no penalties for my using my abilities. And those nearby take damage. As for you, let's put you in some cover, like here. Can't really see everyone over on this side, but that's probably fine-ish. There's no better full cover to hide her in, right? Although half cover, if we put her somewhere like here, she's got a good shot on basically everyone. Yeah. Might need Abelard to keep her safe, but then we're super dead to Malice. So ideally Abelard would be here, but they're all just going to run and attack her in melee. Well, I guess only really one can get to her in melee. No, they can get around the backside, so they'll be able to flank her. Yeah. So she'll be attacked by two in melee. And her sniper rifle doesn't really work if she's in melee. Yeah, I don't know what we do about that. I think we do need to keep Abelard near her to help her out. Yeah, it's unfortunate, which means that we probably don't actually want to put ourselves there. So it's doing the same thing it did before, where I move myself to a position and that closes down my options of where to move, because originally I had a large option of movement, and now I don't. I'm now stuck in this room. Well, it is what it is. We don't have Cassia to help us, which is a shame. We are first in the initiative, though. So let's step adjacent, as much as that worries me. Everyone has line of sight to us. Not thrilled by that. I was hoping I'd have cover there, but clearly not. Alright, we step up, and then light ourselves on fire.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
You should take a hit, and you do. Then orchestrate flames on ourselves.
Suits my purposes.
So you take another hit.
Nothing I can't
Run and
do.
gun. Do I want you lighting on fire? Or do I want to just melt at you? It does a lot less damage, but then you'll be taking some damage over time, which is powerful.
Not a problem for me.
We'll light you on fire. And then we can do inflame, which should hit you again.
Curse you, miscreant.
Perfect. You're about half dead. and are taking 44 fire damage on a turn. And then I could move back into cover. And arguably I probably should. Not that it matters, they'd be able to easily walk up to me.
I shall not fear.
Ow. Okay, I'm in cover. So I should be taking less damage from all of them. It's probably still going to walk up to me on its turn, which means that it's going to be taking extra damage from my psychic abilities near it and blah blah blah. It's fine. What can you do against all of these guys? Can't even kill them in a single shot. Grenade? Grenade's not a bad call. That's a fair choice. This one's got some spread to it. Sadly, not enough spread. They're positioned just wrong, so I can't really get them all. Is that going to blow up her own cover? Hopefully not. But yes, let's go grenade. That was not sufficient. So we could make some basic shots on some of you guys. Hopefully get a kill in there.
I deal death with my
Perfect.
hands.
Did you take a hit? You did actually take the over-penetration hit.
If it serves your cause.
Go perfect spot, just so we get other benefits. I'm gonna mark both of you. No. Yeah, I guess you guys are
Not your xenos pet,
rank
monkey.
2.
I understand your intent.
Then we'll mark Malice as well.
If it serves your cause.
And I guess in my sights on you.
This tedium is beneath me.
Let's make it quick.
Well, thankfully they couldn't move very far. Alright, Abelard. I need you to save the day. Wow, you do no damage. 4 to 7 damage. That is not a winning attack. If I switched you to the Lawbringer and then had you charge. There we go. That's the kind of damage we're looking for.
One fewer target.
Move you forward and do another strike here.
A tactically sound approach.
Didn't quite get the kill. I probably should have done something like Sworn Enemy. Or Reckless Strike. Well, let's just do Endure and Defensive Stance. We call that good enough. Yep. We're in not the best state. Ow.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Let's Get to it.
Okay, but Abelard has successfully distracted them. Back to our turn. And yeah, we can do run and gun again. That's super good. Where we no longer deal with winded, so we can run and gun every turn now. I can just finish you off. So that seems like a good start. Goodbye, Malice. I think this is the one that's being marked by her. So let's not kill it too quickly.
Suits my purposes.
Run and gun. Oh, gotta get to a position where I can see. That's fair. Something like here. Hopefully they don't charge me because my health is not amazing at the moment. Yeah, let's hit you. I could just melt the... Oh, that hits Abelard. That's less than ideal. I could get to a position where I'm not threatening Abelard. What if I instead moved over here and then tried to melt the... Yeah. Take out the two of them. Abelard would still have to deal with the Cabalite warrior, which isn't amazing.
Forge ahead!
And then we are out in the open, which is also not great. Wow.
Already done.
Revel and Slaughter, because why not? This gives me a free attack,
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
which allows me another Melta attack. We'll go after the two of you.
All too easy. Nothing of value has been
Bye. You get a free shot over there.
This is hidden from my sight.
Solid hit. Piercing shot.
If I
Sure.
must.
And let's take a shot here. It's not going to be quite a kill, unfortunately. So let's add on precise
I
attack
am not your xenos pet, monkey.
and Cull the
I
Bulb.
understand your intent. If
There
it
you go.
serves your cause.
Agony. What a pleasure.
Then take a shot here.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Oh, there's still an enemy around? Oh, yeah, you. I guess mark him for death.
I am not your xenos pet, monkey.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Can you charge him? Yes, you can. So let's move forward to there. And then... Sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
Not force distraction.
It will
Reckless
be done.
strike. Then charge. Also, where was the Commissar? When he's like, as soon as you start, we'll be there to back you up. I said we needed to attack sooner. Yeah. You guys just sat around and let us take it all on by ourselves. Commissar's resolve is palpable. Victory, comrades. Duty beckons. Our allies are waiting on the other side of this strange rift, so let us not waste time. He's holding a strange xeno device. The Commissar points it at the rift, presses a few buttons, and the roiling entropic energies die down, forming a stable portal. You took your time? What exactly awaits us on the other side? Are you coming with us or onward? What exactly awaits on the other side? Hello, comrades, and a stolen escort ship with its pilot taken hostage. It will take us back to real space where, Emperor willing, we will send out a distress call and be saved. By his grace, this may this turn out to be true. Abelard's voice is dull and lifeless. I doubt it. Are you coming with us? I will bring up the rear and make sure no one falls behind. You will lead the charge. Act as a shining example of duty and valor. Yeah, where you hung back and did not follow through on helping us, and now you're going to be the last one through the portal? I don't trust this at all. You took your time. I'm sorry, Lordship. I didn't know you were so zealous in the fight against the enemies of humanity. I underestimated you. I will spill twice as much xeno blood to atone for my mistake. I guess we have one option left. Onward! The Commissar raises his voice and shouts triumphantly. The Emperor is watching. Let us not falter under his gaze. The path we tread is shrouded in shadows. Careful, Alantok. Tragic foreboding grips my spirit. Yeah. I don't trust you, Commissar. Trophy lasgun, cool. Xenomesh. More armor. Same dodge penalty. Plus 10% armor against Xenos. That sounds very good at the moment. Abelard, did we give you any armor? We did not. I should probably remedy that. Arguably, I should probably have given him the better armor. As much as I want to protect my own character. You can have the Xenomesh. Although the plus 10... No, it's plus 10 armor against Xenos, not plus 10 damage. Yeah. So giving it to him makes sense. Also, that maul is really good compared to these crappy swords. Didn't realize they were going to end up being quite that terrible. Heavy great swords. Probably don't need quite that many, but we'll take one. Second trophy lasgun makes sense. Ooh, a second set of Xenomesh gear also sounds great. So we can, in fact, put that on ourselves. There we go. Malice is badly wounded and unconscious, but his stubborn xenophysiology prevents him from expiring. That's probably going to come back to haunt us. The fact that we aren't finishing him off right now. Sure you don't want to take point, Commissar? As a rogue trader, I order you to? No? Alright.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Supposedly there are allies and a escape ship waiting for us on the other side of this portal. I'm betting that's not true.